Morning. This is the Signal Mountain Wilderness area. That would be Signal Mountain. And I'm going to take a break here and talk about some anime. Kite Liberator. Kite Liberator is a recent amalgam of a sci-fi and crime action anime into a single one-hour movie. It's released in North America by AnimeWorks, which is one of Media Blaster's labels. It's a sequel of some sort to the 10-year-old Kite OVA, which tells the story of a sexually abused young girl assassin. This sequel video drops the sexual depravity, adds a sci-fi twist, and any relation to the original is mostly situational. Kite Liberator gives us two parallel stories. The first one we see takes place in outer space at the greatly expanded International Space Station. Since I was familiar with the original Kite OVA, I first thought this must be a pre-roll video. And then secondly, I thought perhaps I'd put in the wrong DVD. But eventually I did figure out that Kite really does start out in outer space.
The Kadrivka is 900 meters from the docking area. Everything looks A-OK.
I think this is what happens when you have more CGI toys than you have self-discipline. Whatever, after we meet a few of the astronauts and set up a situation on the space station, we get down to Earth where our cute jailbait assassin is living a double life. Monica, disguised as a cute, clumsy, and shy waitress, complete with Clark Kent's glasses, works an ordinary day job at a diner called the Apollo 11. Monica is also picking up some spare cash, killing people in her secret identity as the assassin that police call the Angel of Death.
Close the door.
One thing this movie has in common with the original Kite is that director Umetsu still enjoys staging fights in bathrooms. What ties the sci-fi story and the terrestrial crime drama together in Kite Liberator is that one of the ISS astronauts happens to be Monica's dad. Now, that was originally a point of confusion for me. The original Kite was about a character named Sawa, who was the assassin. Based on the title of this video and the box blurb cover that said a few years after the events in Kite, I'd assumed it was going to be about the same character. But obviously Monica isn't just another name for Sawa, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to have Dad's affectionate pictures of her on this space station wall.
My daughter's birthday is coming up soon.
If she's anything like you, I bet Monica's room is probably covered with all the presents you've given her.
I hate not being there to see her grow up. I can't believe it's been 4 years since I've seen her.
So I guess someone's pressed the reset button and there are two cute girl assassins running around down on planet Earth. I wouldn't be surprised to learn we'd met the original Sawa somewhere in Kite Liberator. But let's just forget about that for now, ignore the original Kite OVA, and take Kite Liberator on its own terms. The two plot lines in Kite Liberator don't actually converge until the final 15 minutes. When they do, they don't really seem to fit together terribly well. The sci-fi plot is, well, sci-fi. It's a different genre, and it's all gleaming white space station stuff and strange sci-fi twists. Whereas the Earthbound story is as gritty and realistic as a teenage assassin story is likely to be, with lots of dirt and blood. The human interest angle is merely so-so, but of some interest is the relationship between Monica and one of the diner's other, more liberated waitresses, Miss Mukai.
Thanks a lot for saving me.
Miss Noguchi, you know self-defense, don't you?
What? No.
Really? It didn't look that way from over there. You were about to stab that pervert with your pen.
I don't even remember doing it. Did I really do something like that?
That, by the way, was just one of the many tantalizing plot threads that goes absolutely nowhere in this video. Still, Monica's story down on Earth is by far the most interesting of the two stories being told here, and even it has an astonishing number of coincidences you're going to have to swallow to get through it. The story up on the International Space Station doesn't have the same human dimension. It feels like they're trying to remake Alien, and it seems like it comes from an entirely different movie. When the two plot threads finally do collide, they don't mix very well together. Still, I can see the elevator pitch. It's like Kite versus Predator. The reason for this seems to be that the director, MEZZO, wants to make a statement in the very last couple of frames of the movie, and it doesn't really work as well as it should, and it isn't worth sitting through the whole video for. Overall, I liked the Earthbound story as far as it went, which wasn't very far. It left an awful lot of plot threads dangling, and Monica's life still has a lot of unknowns associated with it. There's her relationship and upcoming date with a cop who's also investigating the Angel of Death case. There's her secret identity as that Angel of Death and how she gets her assignments there. Also, there's her relationship with that other waitress, Mukai, that we looked at, and her relationship with some other friends. The animation is highly variable, and it goes from pretty decent to just so-so. The original CGI up in space is really spiffy looking, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual plot line. It's just there for show-off, so forget that. The action scenes down on Earth are pretty decently choreographed and well animated, but the human interest and exposition scenes in between are minimalist to save production costs, I assume. Kite Liberator doesn't have the same sexual content as the original Kite by any means. There is still some fan service and one brief glimpse of Monica's bare breasts, in case that's why you bought the video. And there's plenty of blood splatter, so you're still not going to want to share this with the kids. I was really disappointed in Kite Liberator. I was looking for something a little more like the original, and this didn't deliver on that. I give it just 2.5 stars. There are too many dangling plot threads. The story feels totally incomplete. The two plots don't merge well together. And there's a whole lot about Monica we still don't know. I thought perhaps the missing information might be because they were setting up some sort of longer series. Maybe they're going to pitch Kite DSA as a TV series next season. The DVD also contains an extra of a version of the film that was shown at the Tokyo International Film Festival. That's about 10 minutes shorter, I guess because they hadn't finished the animation of those scenes and simply leaves them out.
You know, the weatherman promised there'd be no wind today. Thanks for listening.